welcome to another episode of Daily Crypto with Mr. Block. Today is episode 359 and we'll be talking about Binance NFT Marketplace. Before we start, I'd like to let everyone know that cryptocurrency investment is really high risk. Same for NFT. So if you don't understand it, please don't touch it or be extra careful. Do your own research. Anything said today is not a financial advice. 如果没有看过区块链的话，要知道就是加密货币投资非常高风险一件事情，跟 NFT 一样哦。所以如果你不懂的话，就绝对不要碰。今天讲的都不是任何的金融建议。All right, so as we know, OpenSea and NFT market and many other marketplace, the volume has skyrocketed a lot, mainly due to the PFP boom. You can see it at Nansen AI. And on other news about how like the volume has skyrocketed for Punk, Ape, and many other NFT. And one of the main difficulty here is the gas fee, right? If we look at Etherscan, some of the top gas fee spender is almost always OpenSea. If you look at it for the last 3 hours on OpenSea, has already spent 128 ETH on gas fee, and that's around $500,000. For the past 24 hours, as a 1,244 ETH, and that's roughly around $5 million. So it has already surpassed, most of the AMN DEX and other DeFi protocol. And this actually became, I think, a pretty, serious problem for a retail user that only want to trade, smaller NFT. Because when a transaction costs, $70, $80 to make a transaction, retail cannot buy an NFT that is under those ranges. They most likely have to buy, higher than that. So centralized platform really hasn't provided any good places to buy NFT. And now Binance offer a pretty good option here. Not only that, they're also curating creators, which is an essential part. We have seen it on Foundation app, Nifty Gateway, Origin Protocol, where basically NFT kind of become a gateway and bridge between non-crypto people to crypto, right? So for example, a lot of artists and celebrity musicians, they might be afraid to come into crypto before, and now with NFT, it became a great way for them to let their audience and community to learn about their art, but at the same time using and utilizing blockchain and crypto. So if you navigate to Binance NFT, you'll see top creators. So these are basic creators that has been curated by Binance, and they launched their NFT on the Binance exchange. It could be on BSC, and it could also support Ethereum. At the same time, you have this trending page to see what is the hottest right now. The same feeling, same experience you will have on OpenSea. But what's important is you don't really have to think about gas fee because there's no gas fee and it's almost instant. Another user experience and user interface issue with decentralized marketplaces is that you have to, constantly wait for the transaction, and you might be afraid that you might not buy it or the site crashes, right? And so that became an issue where if you want to buy an NFT, you have to spend high gas because you're afraid someone might front run you. This wouldn't happen on a centralized exchanges. I'm not saying centralized is the best. I'm also not saying decentralized is the best. But OpenSea is kind of in the middle where it's centralized in a sense, but at the same time, it's also decentralized. So it's interesting to see other options such as Binance NFT Marketplace. There's also different mystery boxes. This comes into GameFi and other utilization, right? So if you look at, I actually found a few. 1 second. So, for example, this is called the Big Time Studio. It's a Big Time Studio, a new game company devoted to creating adventure through space and time. So you can buy these NFT, later have some interaction with the game that they're building. So if you're a builder or if you are a gamer, this is also a great place for you to curate your NFTs. At the same time, if you're a builder, this is a great place, for in-game asset trading. So if you think about like kind of what's going on in Axie Infinity and the Ronin network, right? Imagine if there's no Ronin network and everything happens on Ethereum. The adoption for Axie might not be as crazy as if today, right? So the same thing on in-game asset exchanges. If we only use Ethereum for weapon changes, asset changes, and exchanges, then it might not be as popular. So a centralized way might be a lot easier to change your asset and then kind of curate your in-game bag, and before you send it to the actual gaming chain that you're using. So for example, let's say game A has its own blockchain. You can then wrap it and put on Binance for exchanges. And then once you have the NFT that you want, then you can withdraw and send it back to your wallets. Cool. And also there's selected NFT arts such as the Salvador Dali, right? So we're seeing a lot more renowned artists copyrighted work as well that has given the rights to sell on Binance. And once you have it, you can also withdraw it and you own it on Ethereum blockchain. So everything here, when I say centralized, is still on Ethereum, just like owning a token, right? You send it to Binance for exchange, you can withdraw it and you are still the owner. Yeah. For those that don't know much about NFT, Binance has also created a Binance Academy for NFT, where you can learn about the latest stuff. For example, there's also what are the Binance Fan tokens. We're seeing crypto community rallying around a certain KOL to talk about the latest topic. We see artists, launching their own NFT. We also see DeFi projects are launching their own NFT as a meme way to engage their audience, right? So this is a great place for you to learn about it. I was actually playing around and I realized there's actually a lot of information and they're really engaging. They're also in English and Chinese. And I think they're also supporting multiple language in the future. So that's a great place for you to learn as a beginner about what's, the latest things. On top of that, there's also like tutorial video about how Binance NFT Marketplace work. Another interesting part is the royalty, right? So because there isn't a smart contract, everything is done in a centralized format. So there's no gas fee, right? So it's easier for a lot of multiple transactions. We might see one NFT being traded multiple times instead of, waiting to be swept, right? So that way is easier to share royalty as well, because in smart contract, then you have to make it a lot more complex and it costs a lot more, to for the contract if it's sending royalty to the creator and then sending the fee to OpenSea. So that's another interesting part. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything on the tutorial side of stuff. What I will be doing, another thing, this is a really interesting NFT that I really like. It's not coming out though. Let's see if it's coming out. Is it showing up? All right, is it coming up? Oh no, it's not coming out. Anyway, it's an NFT of a Doge, and the creator actually created a really an actual plate for you to print like Doge money, and it's like a dollar bill basically, but it's really big. I thought it was really interesting because you can watch the creation process, and it took, I think, the creator a week or 2 weeks to make it. And a lot of these one-of-one NFT are very undervalued in my opinion. I know like PFP is easier to flip, and there's more, I guess, gamification utility there. But for one-of-one NFT, I think there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff that's going on there. And there's multiple marketplaces now that's on Ethereum, that's on we see other exchanges launching it too. So Binance being one of the top exchanges in the world, it's definitely worth to pay attention here. And they also started whitelisting deposit. This also avoid potential fraud and scam where because now only whitelisted and the ones that are permitted can be listed on Binance. So so basically reduces fraud and scam, which is another benefit I think as a centralized exchange. I mean, there's no reason to hide, say centralized is better than decentralized. There's definitely pros and cons here, but I see especially for in-game asset, I think it's really important where you can easily kind of have rapid exchanges between gamer. And lastly, some of the feature that I would like to see is where as a creator, can they just go up there, kind of a one-stop solution to create your own NFT. And plus, if there could be a tailor-made NFT where a creator can work closely with the Binance team to launch it. Thirdly, it will be interesting to see if there will be more, creator NFT tokens similar to, Adventure Gold at Loot, where creator create their own NFT, and once that has a community, they launch their token on kind of Binance NFT sections. That might be something really interesting to see. So those are some of the features that I think might be interesting. All right, lastly, you guys might be asking, why am I, speaking English, right? So, for those that don't know me, I created this channel called mrblock. Been doing it for the past 2.5 years. I have over 380 episodes, mainly tutorial on DeFi, NFT, and GameFi. And I'm starting to do some episode in English for the English audience. But every episode I make in English, I also make a Mandarin Chinese one. So for Chinese listener, there's still that option. For English listener, bear with me with my broken English, because I'm not really used to talking in English, especially in front of camera. But I think I can get used to it, and then provide better content for the English community and English speaking community. Yeah. Cool. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We do video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be dedicating a lot of time in studying Binance NFT Marketplace and potentially drop an NFT here. And I will also be curating my own creator list where I will be listing, basically depositing some of my own collection on Binance. And I'll be talking about it next week. I also have a live event with the Binance team to talk about some of the latest trend in NFT and some of the collection I'm seeing, especially in Asia. Some of the renowned artists that are also launching their own NFT. So I'll be talking about those stuff. All right, cool. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me remind everyone, cryptocurrency and NFT investment is really high risk. So if you don't understand it, please don't touch it. Anything said today is not a financial advice. 加密货币投资非常高风险的一件事情，所以如果你不懂的话，就绝对不要碰。跟 NFT 一样，就如果你不懂的话，就真的不要碰。那今天讲的都不算是任何的金融建议。谢谢大家，我们明天见，拜拜。